Hello everyone, and welcome to the Employee Training Manager video series. The purpose of this video is to demonstrate how to set up the Enterprise Edition on your network for use by multiple users. Let's get started. There are two editions of the application. The Professional Edition is designed for use by a single user on a single computer. The software and database reside on the computer. The Enterprise Edition is designed for use by multiple users on different computers. The software is installed on the computer and the database is installed on a network server. Please note, both the Professional and Enterprise Edition are identical, with the only exception being the ability to have more than one user on the Enterprise Edition. This slide shows you how the default installation is configured and the final configuration we need to enable multi-user access. The diagram on the left shows that when the application is first installed, the database is located on the same computer the software was installed on. The diagram on the right shows that we have a database that is located on a network, and the application has been configured on multiple computers to use the network database instead of the one on the local computer. To start, click Options from the menu at the top. Now click Database from the menu on the left. This will expand the menu items. The menu we are interested in is the connection details, so let's click this. The main screen now displays information about the database. The first section provides you with a link to download the instructions on how to set up the software for multi-user access. The second section shows us where the database we are connected to is located. The third section has a button that we can click to select a network folder to connect to a database on the network. The software is currently configured to use the default database located on the same computer, which is the setup when you first installed it. To proceed, we need to take a copy of the database and put this on a network folder. To do that, first, we need to take a backup of the database and place it on the network server. There is a separate video that explains how to back up the database, but let's go through this quickly for your convenience. Let's select the folder on the network where we can place a backup of the database. OK, that's done. Please make a note of the folder path where the backup database is located. We now want to configure the software to connect to the database on the network. Let's go and select the Connection Details menu again. Now click the Select Network Folder Location button. A dialog is displayed with the current path to the database. We want to select the network folder with the backup database. We can type this network path in manually or simply browse to it, which is what I'm going to do. We've located the network folder where the database is stored, and now click OK. Before we save the changes, let's check the software can locate the database successfully. Click the Test Connection to Database button to check the connection. Good. The software can make the connection to the database. If the connection comes back as unsuccessful, check the network folder path is correct. If it is, check the database file is actually in the network folder. Now let's click Confirm and keep changes. Once the change has been made, to complete this, we need to save the changes. You will see a small animation at the bottom of the screen reminding you to save the changes. So let's go ahead and do this. Before we restart the application, let's go through a few points. Please ensure that each user you wish to connect to the database on the network has permission to read and write to the network folder. The user will also need read and write permission on the database file itself. If you are using a map drive to a network folder location and you experience a problem, please use the UNC path to specify the location of the database. We can now restart the application. The application has now restarted, so we can go to the connection detail menu to check the settings were applied correctly. OK, we can see that the folder location is now being shown as the folder location on my network. We can now install the software on other computers, and all we need to do is go and change the connection details on each machine to point to the database on the network server. Thank you for watching, and I hope you found the information presented both practical and useful. If you have questions about anything covered in this video, please contact our support team.